Hi guys, it's SimLicy here, so welcome to another apartment renovation. So today I am back renovating one of the Fashion District apartments. This one is in the Chic Street apartment building. As always, I don't know the address, but you can look in the top left hand side of the screen, so if you'd like to place it in your game, that's where it goes. So for this apartment, I am using that new Reshade that I tried out yesterday. I actually built this apartment before I built that house, and so since I'd already uploaded a couple of apartments in a row, I thought I would share the house first instead of this one, but this is actually the first thing that I built using the Reshade. And as I mentioned, it's called Dove. That's the name of the Reshade preset. It's by Kindle Spice. I will have it linked in the description. And the reason I wanted to try this preset out is because I've been watching Julia films on YouTube for quite some time now, even before she started using this Reshade preset. And then once she started using it, I really have just like fallen in love with it. So I wanted to try it out for myself. And same as in yesterday's video, let me know what you guys think about it. Actually, a lot of you guys had a lot of positive things to say about it. I was honestly really surprised because I was worried you guys really weren't going to like it, but some of you guys definitely didn't, so I'm going to see your guys' response after this video, and then I'll probably do a poll on my community tab to see if I should use it more often. I might try to play around with some of the settings because I think exterior-wise, the shadows are a bit harsher than they are on the interior. Like, if it was like it is on the interior for everything, I would have no problem, like no hesitation using it all the time, because I think this apartment is so pretty. It's honestly probably my favorite apartment I've ever done. Not that it's any different really than a lot of my apartments. It's a bit more cluttered. I mean, I've definitely done apartments and other interiors that are this cluttered, but I don't know. I just really love it, and I think it has to do with the Reshade. But anyways, yeah, Julia Films inspired this apartment because she does a lot of apartment renovations, and I really love her apartments. She adds a lot of detail, a lot of clutter, and I think she does really interesting floor plans. I didn't get that creative with the floor plan today because this is one I've done before, so that part I may have slacked on, but it's one of my favorite layouts for this apartment. And yeah, I basically just wanted to add a lot of clutter and a lot of detail because I think she does that in her builds, and I really enjoy watching them. So I think you guys should definitely check her out. I will have her channel linked in the description. She doesn't speak English in her channel, so just a heads up in case you guys go to her channel and maybe are surprised by that. But even if it's not in English, I really enjoy her channel. She also uses a lot of custom content, not in every build, but in most of them she does, and I actually really enjoy that. I don't mind watching custom content builds. I actually find them really refreshing every once in a while because, I don't know, you just get like a different perspective on the game, and you get to see different items that people use and totally different decorating styles because they're not the same items that you see over and over. So I think it's really fun and definitely refreshing to watch those types of videos. So definitely check out her channel, check out the Reshade preset if you guys are interested in downloading it. All that stuff will be in the description. But anyways, so for this apartment, like I said, I just wanted to add a lot of clutter. I wanted it to be very cozy and homey, and I also wanted to do one of these smaller apartments. I know I've decorated this apartment probably the most out of any other apartments in the game. Maybe this one in Pennies, I'm not exactly sure, but it's just my favorite apartment. I love it so much. I don't know, I just think it's the best. But basically, I didn't really think about the Sims personality too much. It was more about the decorating style, just trying to make it feel cozy and homey and lived in. Speaking of clutter, that clutter that I just put under the sink might actually block the sink. I'm not exactly sure. Hopefully it doesn't. If it does, then you might have to delete it. But I think I've done it before where it works, and then I've done it another time where it doesn't work. So I'm not exactly sure. I will try to remember to playtest that before I upload it to the gallery. If it doesn't work, then I'll just remove it. So everything will be fully functional if you guys decide to download this build. And a few other things that I did have to change was in the kitchen, because I placed a mixing bowl and some wine glasses and some other cups. The other cups that I placed just disappeared. I don't know what happened to them or why they disappeared, but when I went to go into the game again, they were not there. So I just replaced them with a few other clutter decorations that we had in the Build and Buy catalog. And then the wine glasses, they unfortunately spoil, just like the mixing bowl. I was hoping that they didn't, because I was thinking at some point there was an update where they updated more objects in the debug menu to not spoil, so you could actually use them as clutter. I'm not sure what update that was, because if I knew, I would just go back and read the notes from that update, but I don't know. So if you guys know exactly what update that was, or if you're familiar with what objects don't spoil, it's probably going to be kind of hard to describe in, you know, just a little comment. But yeah, if you know, please feel free to leave it in the comment section. But if not, I'll try to find things that don't spoil, but I do know that the ones from vampires don't, so I replaced the wine glasses with those. They're just not the same style I wanted to use. The vampire ones are a bit more, I don't know, they're just not the right style of wine glass. I really just wanted that classic wine glass look. And then the mixing bowl, I just replaced it with something else. I forget exactly what it is, but you may notice that in the screenshots that it's a bit different, or actually I think the screenshots might show it before I changed it. Either way, it's a little bit different, but not that big of a difference. Here in the living room though, I have a fireplace, a TV, a bookcase, lots of clutter, and I really like the way the living room turns out. I think this light brown wood tone is so pretty. I mentioned this in yesterday's video, but this Reshade makes the brown color, well, all the colors just look a little bit softer, and I really like that, but especially the brown I think is very pretty. I also really like the shadows. That was one of the things that most of you guys weren't as happy about with this Reshade, was the shadows being so dramatic. I personally think it's very flattering for the game, more so on the interior than the exterior, and I think a lot of you guys agreed with that too. But yeah, I like the shadows and I like the softness. The only thing that I was having an issue with was the transparency problems that I was talking about, and mostly that has to do with just a few objects in game that have like this extra mesh surrounding the mesh that you actually see, and it's most noticeable in a lot of the objects that came with, well, not a lot of them, just a few of the objects that came with Eco Lifestyle, some of the plant objects in that pack, and then also recently with Nifty Knitting, not the shortest wall height hanging plants, but the longer ones. They just have like this extra transparent mesh, and it's not visible without the shadow effect, but once the shadow effect is turned on, then you can see it. So it's very unfortunate, because that's my favorite effect with this Reshade preset. Like I even went to the old preset that I was using and tried to add more shadow to see if I could just subtly add it a little bit to that one, but it still caused the same transparency issues, because I wasn't sure if that was just like a different setting in this Reshade that was causing it. I don't know. I know nothing about Reshade, so I was just kind of playing around with the settings, trying to see if I could turn something on and off that would fix it, but unfortunately I didn't find one. But thankfully it's just a few objects. It's really not that many, but you might be able to notice it here in the bedroom on the bookcase. Well, I guess it's technically not a bookcase, but for some reason I feel like it's supposed to be. But the metal shelving decoration, this one right here, you might be able to see it with some of the plants that's on it, and that's why I ended up not using it. Even though I think it looks really good in here, I end up using a different object instead. It doesn't look bad, it's just, I don't know, it's not perfect. And so I really like that object, and so seeing that just kind of makes it a little bit frustrating. I'm not really sure if that is like a part of the mesh that was forgotten about and should have been removed before release. I'm not sure, because it's not consistent throughout all the plants, it's only some of them, and I think I pretty much only noticed it on plant objects, not other objects, but I didn't check everything in game, so it's totally possible that it's other places too. But really for me, that's the only issue I noticed, and other than that I love it, especially here on the interior. I think it's very pretty on apartment interiors mostly, in my opinion anyways. But definitely let me know your guys' opinion on it. Like I've said before, I really want your guys' feedback, even if you don't like it and you completely disagree with me. Please let me know, because your guys' opinion is very, very important to me. But if you are interested in downloading it, like I said, I will have a link to it in the description. Also check out Julia Film's channel. Like I said, she's amazing, one of my favorite builders to watch. I think she's really, really good. And hopefully you guys have enjoyed this apartment, and we are almost done with the build. I'm just adding the final few decorations, and so we're coming up on the screenshots, and I hope you guys do enjoy those. And thank you so much for watching. Please leave any comments or suggestions that you have, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye!
Is it just me, or is it hard to agree with what you're trying to explain? I don't mind feather wings, no diamond rings, but that's not how you get to me, no. We could sit in the shade, talk till late, and then we'll see. We can go for walks, stroll down the city park, and maybe, just maybe, sweet delivery is never guaranteed, no matter the place or time. Oh, I like when you're whispering and really listening. Not too much fuss, so keep it easy. We could sit in the shade,